Hello there, and welcome to Anime Recaps. This pertains to Kashawagi, a student in the Kashawagi High School. Asahi he is roused from his slumber by a furry friend. No, it's a machine. No, what is that thing? And it advises him to get moving in order to make it to the train on time for school. As with the beginning of any previous program similar to this one, he began to ponder the reason why Lover and encouraged him to hurry up for school despite the fact that there was plenty of time left over. Then, either he is involved in a bizarre accident with another high school beauty who is eating toast when it happens and she lands on his face with her butt, or else the day is just getting started for our protagonist, who is finding himself very lucky on the train as well because, for some reason, the train is totally empty with the exception of him and the only other passenger, a female dressed in some sort of traditional Chinese garb. According to what I've gathered, when her panties are adorable, it's like having free real estate. She walks away without saying anything, and he sees that she drops something that, judging by the appearance of it, appears to be uncute underpants. If that's the case, then everything is what's been providing this. Because the fortune teller mentioned a cleaning robot, he avoided it with great caution and didn't, but the robot then returned with a woman's bra and left it right you know that you could always not picking out, at which point the girl comes running and starts to blame him for his misfortune, which means he needs to avoid the cleaning robot next in order to dodge the good luck he's been having because the fortune teller mentioned a cleaning robot. Azumi Sao Aoi makes an effort to start a discussion with the man, but he refuses to look either of them in the eye. Spike continues to put pressure on him until he is finally forced to turn around, and it's true that none of the females had a positive reaction when they saw his face. After some time has passed, he explains everything that went wrong to Yoshio while still wearing a crimson face from all of the slaps he was forced to take in the girls' locker room. In the beginning, he entertains the idea that maybe it wasn't his fault. She is no longer here, but I have a sneaking suspicion that I already knew that. You need to have a look at how she is positioned throughout the physical education lesson. In addition to this, he finds a note in his locker that has been tucked away. The message begs him to meet the author after school. Under the flowering cherry tree, it's a sad situation. When my boyfriend sees Aoi again, he quickly concludes that this is an elaborate prank that someone is playing on him. This time, she is speaking in a subdued manner, and he makes an attempt to ask her for. Well, you already know what he means. ASI brings Estelle Cotton, the same girl who saw the rising of the spear hero, some bananas from his pocket, which he also just keeps in there. This is because Estelle Cotton did not have any snacks with her when she observed the event. She learns that the thing was a bra rather than her underwear when she realizes that the object poking out was a genuine banana. This demonstrates that the one female who believed he was innocent was also tainted with evil on the inside. When the owner finds him in time for some treatment, she even apologizes for the misunderstanding in the morning. Finally, a rational person, well, one rational action. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. She ain't no one here's rational herbing, but why did he have two bananas inside his pocket though is still being chased by the same dog? They must really be telling something, man. He got some bruises trying to save her, and when the owner finds him in time for some treatment, she even apologizes for the misunderstanding. Aoi is the one who penned the letter, and yes, she does admit that she was the one who told the person who took her trousers believing it was a handkerchief that it was a handkerchief. After he's had some time to comprehend the entire confession, he still can't believe what he's witnessing, and the main reason for that is that her skirt is being raised by the breeze, and he's watching the hallowed gates open right in front of him. At the same moment, Amelia checks herself into the infirmary. In spite of the hard day, he hands her bra back to her without further explanation. Cotton opts for the more direct route, and instead of confessing, she chases after him in a wedding dress to get straight to the point. He slows her down by telling her that they have to stay the night, and Bite takes him away and starts to eat the man's neck while hiding from underlings who are trying to woo her. Cotton then says that of course she confessed to, but in reality, she took the more direct route. I'm not even going to make it dramatic just before that these two were officially student and instructor, and stop me if you've heard heard it before? If you have, then skip this paragraph. In their response, they warn him that he has nowhere else to go, and that if he were to send them away, they would soon find themselves in the same position as him. I'm going to go ahead and make the assumption that he likes Yoshio more than any of the other people, therefore that must be the case. In essence, he asserts that the fact that, as a man, he is unable to share a house with women is his most compelling justification, and that the fault in his reasoning arises from the fact that he used his common sense. Being able to enjoy a beautiful supper without having to move a finger because all of them are in his face attempting to cram chopsticks down his throat is one of the perks of living with them. Another perk is that bathing is no longer private since Amelia is in the tub with him. On the other hand, I believe that his father needs more time to get to know his kid, learn the preferences he has, and possibly discover the magazines that he grew up reading. Goods, he can sue you for that. After a while he gets tired of the invasion of his privacy. Since he can't ask them to leave, he chooses to leave the place himself. He chooses to spend some time close to the same cherry trio. He figures out where he was and begins to make some small talk with her. She comments on the fact that they only knew his name, but that they were excited to see their potential groom. She says that they were excited to see what kind of man he was going to turn out to be. Must have been a must-have. I want to say that I don't understand how awesome he is not enjoying this life more than what he had 2 days ago, but I can also understand wanting to be alone 99 of the time. Man, that's how they're going to school. 5 women. Or 4 women and 1 dude trying to get into his seat. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that one of them is a dude. I want to say that I don't understand how awesome he is not enjoying this life more than what I'm trying to put a negative spin on it when I say that this harem is attractive. It really is. Amelia would understand this since she is bad at them, which is normal, and Progressive Cotton is really great with kanjis and other things related to Japanese names. This is something that the Japanese have the most difficult names in existence. How does this man manage to fit having lunch with Yoshio into his schedule? My presumptions about him turning out to be right. He is a man who is just interested in seeing what pertains to himself. Lucio brings up the topic of how cute Amelia was, which may be the case if you enjoy being around people who are feisty, but I'm not a fan of spice, and I'm allergic to it. I'm quite sure she'd be a top-notch soon today if the narrative didn't have them dying for this man. Honestly, he makes the point that despite her outward demeanor, she has a very competitive mentality, and he elaborates on how she was able to figure out all of the methods necessary to win a game of rock, paper, scissors just because she had previously lost the game. It is an ordinary evening at home, and everyone is vying for Ozzy's attention. Yet, he is concerned to notice that Amelia is not present. He goes up to her room and listens to her make some very suspicious noises before entering the room and demanding to know what she is doing while being fully aware of the possibility that she is engaging in the activity. It seems as though studying and teaching are getting increasingly difficult for her. Thus, what do you want to do? Do you intend to send him a text when he is nearby? In point of fact, it is something that many individuals do. In addition to that, he goes to a room in order to get some peace and receive free advice. She begins sobbing as she describes how she wants to be able to write in the vanilla style and conceal it by hiding it under his bed covers. After that, he hands her a small cheat sheet that would make it simpler for her to practice the kanji. She takes it a little too seriously and writes kanji characters all over the home, including on the toilet seat. She breezes through the test, and her instructor even compliments her on how well she did. All of her hard work paid off in the end. Please let me know in the comments area below who your favorite man is if you have one. Frankie is mine. I'll be sure to catch up with you all in the following video.